Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to World of Tanks, welcome back to my channel. With today's episode, I am going to start a little mini-series over here, where I am showing you every single tier 10 reward vehicle in this game, including VK, including Object 907 for example, the 22 medium tank, M6121B, what else do we have? 279E, I guess 260, all those vehicles. I am going to show them, I am going to review them, and I am going to play with them in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully you appreciate it. Why? Because the new Clan Wars campaigns are coming up, a new system on the global maps and stuff like that, and I actually haven't featured those vehicles too many times on my channel. You have seen some gameplay action, of course, every once in a while, some epic battles and so on, but you haven't seen my point of view, my gameplay action with those tanks too many times. With some vehicles, never actually, because I do not own Clan Wars Award vehicles, because sadly, super sadly, I simply do not have any time for Clan Wars. I would love to do it, I would love to take part of the campaign events as well, because it is actually quite a huge part of World of Tanks, but making content, streaming and all the other real life things, sadly, super sadly, I simply do not have time for that, but luckily Wargaming was able to credit a couple vehicles for me for 7 days as a rental for or on my World of Tanks contributors account, so I am able to share some content for you. I am simply doing this for the content, to inform you about those vehicles, because those are Clan Wars Award vehicles. Tank like today's hero VK7201K is not being seen in action too many times. You may have seen this tank, yes, many times, but if you count how many times you have been able to fight versus it, it is not too many. For me as well, it is not too many. So if you are a newer player out here, you do not know too much about a vehicle like VK7201K, for example, or 907. Well, we have more 907s out here, but you know, some other reward vehicles like what do you have, T95E6, for example, as well. So today's hero is going to be VK7201K, tier 10 back-turreted German super heavy vehicle. I believe we can say super heavy because, goddamn, this thing is heavy. 120 tons of pure metal. 120 tons of pure metal. Let's see what it has to offer, and let's compare it to some other tier 10 German heavy tanks, and let's have some gameplay action. Let's look at the armor model, how you're able to penetrate it. So basically, let's take a look at everything this vehicle has to offer, how to take it out as well, because most of you guys would like to know how to take it out. I would say most of you do not have it, including me. So let's have a look. And at first, I think let's start with the armor itself. Let's see how you're able to take it out. And of course, for that we have to use tanks.gg, because in the game itself we still do not have, after, I don't know, 50 years this game has been live, we still do not have a 3D armor model in the game, which is going to show new players and old players as well how to take out one vehicle, what are the weak spots, how you can hide them, and so on. To do that, we have to use a third-party website, tanks.gg, so shout out to you guys out here. So this is a VK7201K versus 246 millimeters of penetration ammunition, which is the standard penetration on VK. Now, there are two back-turreted German heavy tanks in tier 10, this one and Panzerkampfwagen 7. Many players are actually thinking that this lower plate is as strong as on the Panzerkampfwagen 7, that those vehicles are the same, but no, they have actually different weak spots. For example, frontally, you are able to penetrate this frontal plate quite easily, let me say. 170 in this welding part over here, like this one over here, you can see. Frontally, if it is facing directly towards you, you're able to penetrate it quite easily. Like, this is actually interesting how easily you're able to penetrate it. I don't know what the hell is up with that. So side scraping has to be the thing you are going to do in this tank. So, yep, quite easy. So side scraping, let's say you are hiding like over here already. Let's say here is the wall, you're hiding your lower plate. Then it is super hard to penetrate this vehicle. But here is one thing you are able to do. You can see if the vehicle turns its turret, if the lower part of the turret actually is getting revealed, you are able to penetrate it. Maybe you didn't know that. And you are not able to penetrate this part of the vehicle as you are on Panzerkampfwagen 7. I'm going to show you Panzerkampfwagen 7 in comparison as well. Commander hatch, yeah, it can be penetrated as well, but it is quite a tiny one, quite a tiny angle. If you are on the upper ground versus this vehicle, like let's say under angle like this maybe, then yes, go for the commander hatch. It is easier to penetrate and so on, but if on flat ground and side scraping like this, it is the only thing you're able to do. So now let's take a look at the Panzerkampfwagen 7. Let's switch it to live, boom, just like that. This frontal plate is a lot stronger. On Panzerkampfwagen 7 you are not able to penetrate it so easily as you can see. Oh yeah, some fat armor over here, 250 plus millimeters. You need to go through. The heat, of course, is going through it and stuff like that. But all the lower calibers, all the lower penetrations are bouncing off. But if this vehicle side scrapes, boom, you can see it reveals this turret ring over here. Turret part in the hull. And you are able to penetrate this one quite easily. So it is not as good of a side scraper as a VK7201K. It is more like, I don't know, maybe this is the maximum angle just to gain some more armor into the lower plate. You're better off facing them forward. I just wanted to show you the difference between the armor on those two vehicles, those two vector vehicles, because many players are actually mixing them up. Sometimes they're trying to penetrate this lower plate as on VK and vice versa. Now that out of the way, let's compare some tier 10 German heavy tanks with B cannons. We have a Maus over here as well, but Maus is actually so different compared to the E100 Panzerkampfwagen and VK in my opinion. So E100 is also 750 alpha damage gun, like E100 is over here because it is E100, it has that big massive alpha damage gun, and this is the only reason. We are still waiting for the E100's buff. It is 2020, hopefully it is going to happen in 2020, we'll see. So they're basically using the same gun with E100, same penetration, same alpha damage. Is the premium penetration? Let me quickly see. Oh, this premium penetration is actually lower. Yeah, I remember them buffing VK's premium penetration up to 350 with one of the buffs. You can see, so this heat is a bit better, 16 extra millimeters of penetration, but hey, heat on E100 is still really, really good. Rate of fire is the same as well, of course. Panzerkampfwagen having more penetration with lower alpha damage has faster rate of fire as well. So stock reload time 19.18 seconds. It is quite a long time, and this is the main reason why so many players are using heat in those two vehicles as well, almost exclusively. More heat in VK7201K because it is a try-hard tank basically. Many players are trying to free market, and you are going to see heat rounds exclusively flying towards you from this barrel. 19 second stock reload time. You're able to push it down to around 16 seconds. And this reload time being so long, 246 millimeters of penetration with standard AP, you do not bounce too many shots because you're wasting time if you're bouncing shots too many times, of course. Gun depression -7 degrees is quite nice. Especially on the sides. If you're side scraping, you are definitely able to get at -7 degrees of gun depression. Aiming time 2.78 seconds. Like gun handling is exactly the same. To the E100, all those stats over here are basically identical. Gun speed is not as fast, AK turret rotation speed. DPM 2347, which is actually better than on Panzerkampfwagen. Okay, accuracy 0.38. Yeah, it is still RNG based. Like this number can even be 0.42 and the accuracy, overall accuracy would be basically the same. If your RNG decides to put shots somewhere around your aiming circle, not into the middle, the accuracy number doesn't matter. Armour, hull armor 200, hull armor is 240 millimeters on paper, as you can see, but I guess this is just the upper hull armor, as we were just able to look from the 3D model, which is the same as on Panzer Kampfwagen 7, but they do not have the same lower plates or the lower area of the frontal armor. Turret seems to be exactly the same as well as on Panzer Kampfwagen 7. Yeah, this one has some simple airs, but those are not weak spots, those are not hitboxes. Don't get that mistaken. Super heavy vehicles, every single one of them, 120 tons is quite heavy, 1200 horsepower engine. All those vehicles, they share so many stats actually. Top speed 33, moving forward, 15 moving backwards, 10 power to weight ratio, horsepower per ton power to weight ratio. Yeah, this vehicle is not the fastest one, of course. Traverse speed 25.03 degrees per second. Camo, it is a heavy tank, super heavy tank, so let's keep scrolling. And finally, view range, 400 meters. This is also actually quite respectable because you're able to get over 445 meters quite easily. And now I have this special crew. Yes, every single skill is activated over here because this is a test account and or press account. So every single vehicle has maximum cruise. Even artilleries, as you can see, boom, just like that. So I'm not going to tune it just because of that. Many skills are almost useless over here, but the main skills, of course, you want to get is your view range boosting skills, your brothers in arms on the driver. Driver is actually super important in this vehicle because you need smooth ride, you need off-road driving, you need clutch braking, just to make your mobility a bit better, because mobility is lacklustering on VK7201K. With my setup, I'm actually using a large caliber tank on rammer. I am using vertical stabilizer and ventilation because, as I said, view range is quite good and you're able to get it over 445 meters quite easily. You can switch out ventilation for go-to optics if you want. You can play around with that. Maybe you can even use gun link drive. I don't know how fast you want your aiming time to be. And that's about it. Ammunition loadout. I'm going to play this with AP and heat. Basically, HE is also useful. So on this vehicle, every single ammunition type is actually useful. HE, you can take out 250-ish hit point tanks, especially medium tanks, tanks which do not have too much armor, but enough armor to bounce your penetration, or to not, HE is not going to be a penetration. So yeah, you can carry all types of ammunitions in this tank, AP, heat and HE. And finally, I am using food for two reasons. I would like to boost, number one, I would like to boost all the rest of the stats as well, of course, just to make this tank a bit better. Yes, I'm taking a risk not carrying fire extinguisher, but secondly, this type of setup is how you are seeing most of the VK7201Ks on the enemy team as well. So we want to show this tank how you are going to face this tank as well, basically. With my setup and equipment, I was able to get my aiming time down to 2.55 seconds, accuracy 0.35, DPM 2800, what else, traverse speed 30.8, view range 462 meters. Now, I believe enough chit chat, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to jump into the action. Let's play a battle. And wow, we are actually in a tier 8 battle. So let's try our best. Let's try not to go up in flames like this thing over there. Drain wreck. I actually did... What? It is a train. I actually never knew we had a railroad up there. Did you know about that? Did you actually know about that? What the hell? I have been playing on this map for so long time. I have seen this fire so many times, but I never paid attention what the hell is actually up in flames. You live and you learn every single day, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're here to learn what VK7201K has to offer. Now, most likely, if you have played this game already, if you are up to tier 8 or tier 9 or up to tier 10, you have seen this vehicle in action, but you are not seeing it too many times. If you do not have it, you see it like couple times in 1 month maybe, so this doesn't give you too much information like what one or another vehicle can do in this game. So let's see, what do we have over there? Okay, boom, side shot. Oh my god, that is the German accuracy we're looking for, guys. That is the German accuracy. Quick snapshot and average damage done. Now there should not be able to penetrate me over here under angle like this. Hello. Okay, second shot. Well, this guy is simply making mistakes. That guy is simply flat out making many mistakes. Peeking like he is peeking and giving us damage easily. Now, if E100 is going to be completely hull down over there and all that, this is no bueno. Ooh, hello. 907. Hello to you as well, AG. Okay, I'm actually going after the 907, boom, just like that, because it is super important to go after the 907 early in the battle, and hopefully you are not going to block me. Nice. Me, however, I'm not able to penetrate him either with my standard rounds. There is AP. Oh, this guy is using the small gun, actually. I didn't pay attention to that. Where did he pen me? Where did he pen me? Oh, into the into the edge of the lower plate. Oh, hello. Boom, quick shot in, and no damage done. In this situation, I'm definitely going to load in some heat rounds, because this is simply going to make this fight a lot faster for us versus E100 and stuff, and we are able to penetrate the turret quite easily, just like this. Boom, in it goes. Exactly average roll once again. All our shots have been around the average, which is interesting. Something you do not see too often. Who do we have over here? Okay, 50 DP. Let's lower the numbers. Boom, side shot. That heat round was kind of a waste, but oh well. That heat round definitely was kind of a waste, but around we have been doing some wasteful things. Like in this situation, the best play at the moment would have been oh, Gorilla 15. HE of course, but 907 was able to get away. We're playing conservatively over here. Hello. Hopefully Conqueror can track him. I don't know why he didn't go for the tracks. Like E100 gave easy tracking angle. 907, which is going to be our vehicle like in the future. I'm going to play with 907 as well. You're going to see that in action. Don't you worry about a thing. Was able to get away and he's still alive. Oh, hello Gorilla. Agent fire. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Please say you do not... Holy! That damage was amazing. So now we are going to do a snapshot into E100's turret. Boom. Just like this. 1 hit point. Okay. Okay, 1 hit point. HE. HE is going to be the play, because that E100 has 1 hit point left, and 907 also has 1 hit point left. So, well, basically not 1 hit point left, but 1 shot left. Where is T907? I don't know. But I know where E100 is. E100 is over here, and soon back in his garage. And here goes Weasel as well. Not bad, guys. Yeah, let's be honest over here, they made so many mistakes. They made this battle not the hardest battle for us. Enemy team pushing in, peeking sideways, but hey, I take it. And, oh, hello artillery, Russia. Oh, yeah. Where is 907? Where is enemy 907 hiding? Oh, over there. Over there he is. I guess we are not able to take any more shots in this battle. Most likely not. Oh, artillery has been spotted. RT is right over there. I don't know. Well, actually, he's behind that hill, so impossible for us to hit. And it is going to be a victory. So, close to 6,000 damage done, 6k combined, some damage bounced as well. And actually, we only received one penetration. All the other shots were from either from the HE round or from the artillery. So, VK 7201K. In action as well for you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, two things you have to take away from this battle. Number one, it was a tier 8 battle. Over here, we were able to use some AP rounds as well, quite easily. But in tier 10s, yes, in tier 10 battles, yes, you are able to use AP rounds as well. Don't get me wrong. You are able to penetrate stuff with your AP rounds as well. But if you want to be... Holy shite, I received 22 boxes from its single battle. Not bad. Okay, you did good job. But if you want to be at the very top competitive in every single battle, AP round is definitely not the best one to go after. Because you actually have quite a long reload time. You actually have quite a long aiming time. Accuracy sometimes is going to be complete garbage as well. Stock accuracy is 0.4. So it is up to you if you want to take the risk bouncing many shots in a row with your 16-second reload time or not. This is what you have to come up with basically. And I am going to say it right now. Be aware, a little warning. I'm talking about my own personal experience when I'm facing VK7201K. So when you are facing VK as well on the enemy team, when you are facing it directly, fighting with it, engaging it, peeking versus VK, be aware that most of the players who are playing with VK are using heat exclusively. So you have to think about that if you haven't received any shots from this tank already. You have to think that VK has 350 millimeters of penetration loaded up. If you do not have crazy amount of spaced armor, crazy amount of overall armor, angled armor, you are going to be penetrated. Because many players are simply trying to free mark this vehicle or trying to go ham in this. And as I said, I'm talking about my own experience. I am seeing heat more than anything out from VK7201K. Flying towards me, at least, what is coming out from this barrel, out from this 150 millimeter barrel. So, be aware. Anyway, this is VK, one of the Clan Wars revolver vehicles, tier 10 German heavy tank. This was my today's episode about this vehicle. Some gameplay action as well. Quite a fun one, I have to say. Engine fire and everything. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you're able to take anything out from it, I am completely fine with it. I am 100% happy. My job is done over here. If it was entertaining, I am also 100% happy. And if you enjoyed today's episode, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. That's all you can do. And subscribe and hit the notification bell as well, of course. Anyway, I catch you next time with something else, and fairly soon I am going to show you yet another tier 10 Clan Wars revolver vehicle. So stay tuned for that. Much love, stay awesome, take care, and bye.